Hey, good morning. Welcome, get you some gang. Cheers. Welcome to Morning Coffee Talks. Happy Friday. It's going to be a long coffee talk this morning, guys. I appreciate all the comments on here. I appreciate if you guys have anything you want me to talk about. Give me some shit to talk about, guys. So anything in the comments about, hey, can you talk about this? My opinion on some shit or something, even though I don't know why anybody cares about my opinion anyway, but it is what it is. All right. So anyway, guys, this morning, like I said, it's going to be a short one. We're just going to quick little chat about archetypes, all right? There's a lot of archetypes, male archetypes, but the two main fundamental archetypes that underlying our consciousness, all right, is the boy and the old man, or you could say the inner child and the inner grandfather, right? And we all have these, all men have these in us at varying degrees, varying levels, all right? Sometimes we identify with one more than the other. Sometimes we only identify with one and not the other. And that's where the problem comes in. So this all comes down to balance, all right? We're going to be talking about balance today, but let's go over this first, all right? So the two male archetypes, there's a lot of archetypes, all right? You got the king, you got the warrior, all this shit, right? But we're talking about the two main ones, the boy and the old man. All right, so most of us identify with one of them more than the other, unfortunately. And what happens there, we become compulsive and unbalanced. Like I just said, balance, we're balanced. So we're too much of one, it ain't good. That's the problem. That's the problem with most people in society. Most of us, a lot of us, are little fucking boys, obviously, right? We never get to that grandfather. We never get that grandfather part of us, the other half, but not. We need to appreciate both archetypes in order to enjoy the fullness of our gift as men. It's simple as that. In order to be a great man, you need both of you and both of them in you. Let's talk about why. All right, well, one, if you reject the boy, you're just going to become a control freak, right? You're going to be in charge of everything. Be running out here working nonstop, not enjoying life at all, not having any type of fun at all. If you reject the old man, you're just going to be naive and useless your whole life because you're just going to be a fucking little boy, right? Balance, again, balance is what it all comes down to. Balance, balance, balance. All right, there's two things, when it comes to it. That's why you want these two parts of you, right? Youth is freshness and freedom. The old man, the old age brings serenity and wisdom. We want both those, right? We want freshness and freedom, but we also want serenity and we want wisdom. Both parts, gentlemen, both parts. So let's see, let's say a few differences. There's a few differences, right? There's plenty of differences, but these are the ones I wrote down anyway. That I got wrote down here. So, for instance, a boy is all fantasy and fun. The old man is all work and responsibility. Okay? Another one is the boy has action that does not know, and the old man is knowledge that does not act. Right? And the third one I wrote down is the boy, life is waiting to be lived, and in the old man, life is the experience of having lived. Okay? Balance, again, this is what it comes down to, balance. Like, this is another thing about a boy, right? A boy reacts unthinkingly to situations instead of responding to them out of knowledge and clear judgment. So I'm going to repeat that again because that really hit me really hard, guys, when I read that in the book that I'm reading right now. Boys react unthinkingly to situations, instead of responding to the situation out of knowledge and clear judgment. And that pretty much is the opposite, the difference in a boy and a man, to be honest with you, to me, So think about that, man. Think about that for a while. But we need to appreciate both, right? We need to have both in us. There's a time for work. There's also a time for play, right? You got to enjoy life too. You got to have that balance, man. Or you're going to be effed up out here. You're going to be struggling real hard, right? Find things you enjoy. Myself, I enjoy fishing with my sons, right? Or fishing in general. That's something I enjoy. I do enjoy working out. I enjoy doing these morning coffee talks. I enjoy reading. I enjoy taking walks. Find things that you enjoy and do them. I enjoy coaching as well. Now, some of this is also work, the work that I put in, but I enjoy the work that I put in. So figure out what you have fun doing. Let your hair down, as they say sometimes, you know. Enjoy yourself. It's okay. You don't want to be serious all the time. You don't want to only be the old man. You want to, we all got that inner child in us. It's okay to let that out sometimes. Let that 6-year-old boy, 7-year-old boy out. Go climb that motherfucking tree. Who gives a shit? Go have some fun, man. It's about balance. Just like everything in the world, it's about balance, right? There's a time and place. Yeah, you're going to worry about stuff, but if you worry too much, man, then you're fucked up, man. That's what it comes down to. If you're not balanced, you're fucked up. You don't want to be too much of a boy. You don't want to be too much of that boy, and then you don't take responsibility, right? You don't take action. Be a man of action. But it's also okay to have some fun. It's also okay to take a vacation. It's okay to take a day off. It is. It is okay. It ain't okay to take every day off. Now, when I mean take a day off, I don't mean take a day off from your responsibilities. I mean like take a day off from work or something like that. You know what I mean? It's okay to relax and rest. But as men and as fathers, because I'm a father, sometimes I don't have the luxury of relaxing. I don't have the luxury of taking time off. And that's where our, that's just what's the word I want to use? That's just a cross we have to bear, right? As men sometimes. So sometimes you might want to enjoy yourself and you might want to be that little boy, but it ain't the proper time and place, right? We got to know when. We got to balance that out. Just like when you guys get, you know, like, I know there's a lot of shit going on in Texas right now and all this shit, and people ask me all the time. People ask me about Palestine and Israel and all these things and what's my opinion on it. And to be honest, I mean, I do have an opinion, obviously, but for one, who gives a shit about my opinion? Two, I'm not focused on that, gentlemen. I'm not focused on that out there. And some people say, well, you got to be blah, blah, blah. No, I'm focused on what's going on right around me, right in my community, what I can touch and what I can change. That is what I'm focused on. I do keep an eye on things. I do keep an eye on world politics, but I try. Guys, if I sit here and watch it all day, I'm going to start driving myself crazy. So I try not to watch the news too much. I want to be informed somewhat, but I want to be completely informed about what's going on around me in my community, in my home. So I suggest you men focus on what's going on directly around you, because I am focused on what I can change and what I can do. And there's also a balance to that. You want to protect your family, you want to be safe, but you don't want to be overly like, I get it, man. I'm incredibly vigilant. I don't sleep at night very much. I got PTSD, all that bullshit. Some of them things I enjoy, though. I enjoy being vigilant. I enjoy knowing my surroundings. I enjoy looking around and knowing where, all right, I can use that as a weapon. I can use weapons of opportunity, right? Where's the exits at? All these things that I'm constantly aware of. I am glad that I'm aware of that, because that has kept me safe for my entire life so far, and it's kept my family safe. So I don't want to lose that. But I got to balance that out, man. I got to figure out how to balance that out. You don't want to be straight crazy about it. That's all you're focused on and all you're doing in life, because you ain't going to have no life. That is no life to live. So we got to balance it all out. You want to be safe. You want to be secure. You also want to have a little fun, a little enjoyment in life. So balance, gentlemen, balance. Let that little boy out sometimes, but you got to pull him back in. That old man, we got that wisdom. The old man got the wisdom. The little boy, he's got the energy. He's got the passion, right? He's excited about life. The old man, he's got the knowledge. He's been through life. All right? So I want you guys to think about that today, the two main archetypes in our consciousness. We all have it in us, all men. We all have that inner child in us, that little boy. Sometimes that little boy wants to come out and play, and sometimes the little boy is that hurt side of us, that childhood trauma we've been through, right? The people that have put us down, our fathers and our mothers that weren't the fathers and mothers that we expected them to be, and that's just the way it goes. It's the way it goes. And that's, again, what we're doing on here. We're trying to break these cycles, right? These, what do you call them? I'm just going to call them family cycles, right? Of just over and over, right? You act like your father. He act like his father. It's a never-ending cycle, and we can change that. Now, I love my father. My father's not a bad man at all. Obviously, he's not a perfect man. I'm not a fucking perfect man. There's things about him that I got from him that are fucking awesome. There's things that I got from him that aren't so awesome, right? My sons are gonna be the same way. My goal is to make it less, right? Less than it was before. That's the only goal, man. We can change it though. We can change all these. We can stop it, right? The buck stops here, motherfuckers. The buck stops here. So be a motherfucking man of action. But also know there's time to not take action. Just relax, man. Right? Once the work's done, your family's safe and protected, go have a little fun. Enjoy yourself a little bit. All right, guys? I appreciate you all. I love you all, man. Let's get the fuck up. Let's get after it. Let's get motivated for the day. Remember, man, be that leader, protector, and provider that your family and your community needs. You are the answer to someone's prayers. You are God's right hand down here. Remember that. Don't forget it. So when you're fucking tired, when you're struggling, just talk to God, talk to Jesus. Ask them to give you strength to keep pushing, baby, because you got this. All right, guys? I love you all. I hope you have a great motherfucking day. Let's get after it. Cheers. And as always, go get you some, baby. Ah!